Hit it.
Here we come.
Back again.
Back
It's
again.
been a long time.
It has been a long time. We're watching the internationals. My God, what rubbish football that is.
Very bad. It was one or
Do
two.
we care anymore?
Exactly. I don't even really understand how the Nation League corresponds with the European Championships.
Yeah,
But we'll see. It's over now anyway. We're back to Premier
it's
League.
over. We're back to proper football.
Exactly, yeah.
And what a week we have in store. We
Yeah,
have great
some
weekend games coming up. Some
Yeah.
crackers.
I guess it all kicks off at the early kickoff on Saturday with Arsenal.
A
against
small little derby
small
match.
derby, yeah. It's like which team has advanced properly since the start of the season? Who are pretenders? Who are real contenders?
The pretenders versus...
are the contenders.
Oh, well, now we, as being a completely neutrals there, as you are indeed, we
Yes.
will ask you for how is your reading of this game?
Yeah, again, I'm worried about Tottenham long term. We spoke about this, the Conte factor. I don't think he'll last. I think if things kind of go bad, there'll be like a little bit division between him and the squad. There's rumours of Kane going to Bayern Munich that are still lingering around, not going away. But one good thing for Tottenham is that Son is back in form. You know,
What has he got? Something like he's been involved in 6 goals in his last 4 games.
pretty good. He was really good against the last game against Leicester. That Spurs won 6-2. So
It was Leicester, though,
Yes,
and they're
yeah,
in
that is
turmoil.
true.
We'll come to them.
That is true. That is true. Tottenham are hard to beat. They're unbeaten. Arsenal are at home. I see a high-scoring draw in this one. I think Arsenal, very important for Arsenal, will depend if Partey is playing or not.
Okay,
He
interesting.
didn't miss if he's going to come back from the internationals with Ghana, whether he's fit enough to play or not. Also, Arsenal have a problem on the left side. Tierney and Zinchenko are also injured. So I think it could be a high-scoring draw. I'm going to go with 2-2 on this one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, I mean, that would be an entertaining for the fans. I am going to go for an Arsenal victory. I think they're further along the line in terms of an overall team. Their attitude when they played Brentford
Yeah,
was
really good.
was brilliant.
Yeah.
The minus for Arsenal is obviously when you're on a high, you don't want these international breaks.
yes.
And when you come back, can you keep the momentum going? And that'll
That's
be
true.
the test.
Yeah.
However, I think I look at their squad, look at where they're playing, the way they're playing, and I'd say, yeah, Arsenal to win.
Okay.
2-1 maybe.
Okay. Right. Yeah, I think there's going to be goals because Arsenal cannot keep clean sheets.
Ooh.
Cannot keep clean sheets. That's a problem for
No,
them.
they don't sit back.
Yeah. One thing as well, Ramsdale, he started off in unbelievable form last year. He's dipped down a lot to become like a little bit average. He's making some mistakes.
A lot of English keepers
Yeah.
do that. You'll see, like there was, he's now the reserve keeper
Pope,
for
there was
Butland. There was Jack
Butland.
Butland for a while was being raved
Yeah.
about.
The Everton keeper, what's his name?
Pickford,
Pickford,
yeah.
yeah.
They have their moments, but their consistency isn't there with the
Yeah,
likes of,
it's,
when you look at the international goalies like Czech in the past,
Khan and United. Neuer.
Allison now,
Neuer.
and
Manuel Neuer.
Ederson.
Neuer, the German guy, Neuer.
Neuer, yeah.
Yeah.
You just, before you had the English
Taki Bonner.
teams,
Yeah.
but Seaman and it was there,
Yeah.
but you haven't had a consistent goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Like since Calamity James came, all English keepers seem to have that up and
That's
down.
right,
Joe
that's right.
Hart was like being touted, and now he can't get his game
Yeah,
for
yeah.
love nor money.
Yeah, it's true.
Anyway,
Okay.
right,
Okay.
let's move on. We've got Bournemouth versus
Brentford.
Brentford. Okay, I'll go first. That one is a really hard one to call, so I'm going to be on the fence there and call it a draw. Brentford are a team that wouldn't have liked as well the international break coming up, and Bournemouth came back well from their bad result,
That's
their
right.
hounding, and that shows character. Also, to change the management.
Yeah.
So I think Bournemouth at home are going to be a different proposition now than what they would have been, say, after the Liverpool game. I think that they're more solid, more settled. And Brentford's high run, I think you kind of have that. It's kind of a wave, and I think
Yeah,
they might be on a downward curve.
Mid-table team.
Absolutely, and they'd be very happy with mid-table.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for a draw on the fence.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's also going to be a draw in this one. I do like the fight that Bournemouth have. They were 2 down against Forest, right, in
Yeah.
that one. And you thought, okay, that's the end of it, they're gone. But they've came back, won that game, and since then they've unbeaten. They have a win and a draw since
Yeah,
then.
so that's
So they have a little bit of spirit, and there's still a fighting chance for them. But Brentford as well. Okay, that I think is 19 games away without a clean sheet. So Brentford do concede goals. I agree with you. I think a draw on this one. I think it will suit both teams on that one. Okay, then we have Palace against Chelsea. The turmoil at Chelsea goes on. More sackings behind the scene, like physios. A lot of the backroom staff are all being let go.
I can see like that can happen though. I mean, when Potter comes in, he wants to put his stamp in there.
I'm not sure if it's Potter though. I think it could be more the chairman, the American guy.
The American guy. Okay, well, that's an American playing fantasy football, and they're all saying that's the danger of that.
And you hear him saying a bit about how the Premier League could learn a lot from the Major League Baseball.
Absolutely. Pure nonsense. There's enough being said. It doesn't matter what he's, that's just nonsense.
Yeah.
But it shows the dangerous path that Chelsea are on.
Even on the school is watching.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, quiet. We have to calm it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, will I go first?
Yeah.
Okay, I am going with, despite that, I just think they have a strong squad. I'm actually going for a draw. I was going to edge for Chelsea, but I thought about it last night and I was saying, it's Crystal Palace at home and it is a derby match. Not quite the biggest London derby match, but it's a derby match. And I fancy Crystal Palace to come out all guns blazing, fighting. I think Chelsea have the better team, more skillful team, but heart and passion counts for a lot. I'll go for a draw.
Okay. I think that talking about the turmoil at Chelsea, I think they're not quite settled. Also, Palace away is a very, very difficult game, I think. Palace are the draw specialists under Vieira. I think that they've drawn more games than any other side since last year.
Yeah.
So they do kind of, even with the attacking players they have, they do focus not losing the game.
To be fair, a lot of those draws, though, they're unlucky draws for Crystal Palace. I've seen so many of them, and it's Palace are the ones lamenting the drop. It's not that they got a last-minute equaliser.
Yeah, but
they
concede.
They're conceding the
since last year, so
yeah.
there's a trend there, you see, And they're difficult to beat at home. They've lost one of their last 9 Premier League games. I also, an interesting stat I found out, Chelsea have had their lowest shots per game this season since 1997-98.
Okay.
They're not taking shots, not creating opportunities, not making shots at goal.
Okay, that could save them if they keep that going.
I'm going to go for a Palace win on this one.
Okay.
More turmoil. And I also think it'll take a while for Potter to get his way. And is he capable of being in a dressing room with superstars? We shall see.
We shall see. Okay, so Fulham-Newcastle is the next game. Fulham at home against Newcastle. Your tip to break into the top 6 have been struggling. The break would have suited them.
Definitely,
to reset.
I mentioned that before. Newcastle just seemed very sterile. They just seemed to be like they were the momentum they had from the new ownership and the money has taken them up to a certain place, and now it seems to have plateaued off a little bit. They don't want to kind of go into a situation where it's kind of going receding. I think Fulham, will win this one. I think Fulham are in a good position. They beat Forest, I think, didn't they, in the last game, 3-2, an exciting game.
They did again.
Fulham at home, they've won 3 of their 5 games. I just feel that Newcastle will find are in a bit of a rut at the moment. I feel the momentum is with Fulham to win this one.
Momentum is an important thing, but again, the international breaks have halted that, and I think, well, in my opinion, just throwing it out there, it's nearly like a first game of the season again. In a way, it's always a reset. And
it's nearly a month for some teams.
Yeah, and so therefore, because of the Queen's death, a lot of games are cancelled, and teams haven't played for a month. And I'm going to go a draw again. I think there's going to be a lot of draws.
Teams will not. It's like teams won't want to lose.
Exactly. Right? I think they want to start with not a defeat on this next batch. This batch will bring us up to the World Cup.
Okay. Yeah. With a long break again.
And then another break. Yeah.
Okay. Next game: Liverpool against Brighton. What do you think?
I believe that this should be a home win. It will be a home win. Brighton have a new manager in, and unlike usually you get a bounce back when you get a new manager in, but when you lose a manager because he wanted to leave, not because you got rid of him because he'd lost the dressing room, then that actually I think will have a negative impact on Brighton.
Sure.
It's like, we weren't good enough for him.
Yeah.
and
It
a bit
is.
of heads will drop a little bit. That's my
It's- yeah, yeah, you
I
can't-
hope
yeah.
it doesn't happen for Brighton. I like Brighton as a team. I like their way they were playing. But a new manager coming in, will he say it's not broken? I'm not going to try and fix it, or will he be like, "On, I want to make some change"?
That's right, because that is Potter's team. He's melded it in the way that suits his style. A new guy coming in will have to tweak things a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to take a while for it to fit.
So I don't think Liverpool have turned any corner, and this break came at the right time to try and solve some issues. But I think the issues run deeper, especially in midfield, than just a quick fix or a form. But I think this will be a home victory.
Yeah. If Potter was still in charge, I would have been unsure of how things would go. But I think, yeah, Liverpool definitely a home win for this one.
So a very hard one to call is the next one, Southampton
Yes.
Everton. How are you going to go that way?
I liked the way Everton have transformed over the last month or so with the transfer season. They brought in some very good defenders. I mean, you look at England and they had like Maguire and Kieran Dyer as their centre half partnership. And you look around, there's a lot of, maybe they don't need, like there's Tarkowski, there's a
they
few
have-
others,
they have
there's
some
Connor
solid
Cody,
defenders,
there's Lewis
yeah.
Dunk. They're proper defenders. No, maybe Southgate wants footballing defenders. Maybe he could like put at least one of them in or something.
Oh, look, we'll go on about the international team and they can do a talk. But
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. That Everton have brought in two good
they
defenders.
have really good defenders, and the more they play with each
I
other,
keep forgetting the
Connor
other guy.
Cody.
Connor Cody, that's right, yeah. So I mean, there could be a partnership there. Also, they brought in a Belgian defender who's kind of like the Chelsea guy, French guy, small guy.
Kante.
Kante, thank you. You rescued me today. Yeah, this guy is coming in for Everton as well. They're a new guy, Belgian guy, and he seems to have been. They seem to have a
Very
good
good.
balance.
Yes, he
They have a
is.
good
I've seen him.
balance.
I'm very impressed against
Gordon
Liverpool.
is playing well up front. They've got good width. I like Everton at the moment. Southampton, I think, will be relegation candidates. They might. So I'm going to go with Everton. They're hard to beat. 5 games unbeaten. Clean sheet in the last 2. Saints concede goals. I think Everton win.
Okay. I would nearly agree with you. I think that, again, international breaks make a difference. Patterson, who was playing really well for them, is out
Yes.
for a month.
Oh, okay. That's
And that disrupts your back line that had been
well,
improving,
they have
as you
Seamus
say.
Coleman. Maybe beyond his
Again,
time.
he's past his time, so I'm going to go for a draw. Yet another draw.
Okay. Well, it could be one of those weekends.
And
Another
finally,
one is,
Yep.
I think, is a classic draw. Well, what do you think the next one? West Ham and Wolves.
West Ham Wolves. I would go for a West Ham victory here. I think West Ham, the break came at the right time. Probably distracting from their Europa Leagues, etc. West Ham are better than what their results have shown, where Wolves can't score goals.
Yeah.
So I fancy West Ham to win this game because they can score a goal.
Yeah, it's interesting start. Wolves, only Man City have more shots outside the box than Wolves. So they know they have no one up front. And they're taking shots from distance. West Ham are winless in the last 6 at home. Wolves winless in the last 7 away. I think it could be like a 0-0 draw.
Okay,
that one.
that certainly would back that up.
Yeah.
Okay, we have Sunday matches. Again, another huge derby. Starting off, you kick it off there with the Manchester derby.
I think that United's they've won 4 games. I think it's a false dawn for me. I think City will be more savvy than Arsenal. City,
100%.
United just waited for Arsenal to they sprung traps for them. City, I think, won't be so naive for that. I think they'll be too strong for them. I think it's a home win all the way.
Oh, I think this is going to be putting back in their box.
Yeah.
And you'll see the temperament of the United team here now. Have they got the fight in them when they go 2-0 down? I personally don't think that Leopards don't change their spots that quickly.
No, guys.
There are some new boys in the team that are lifting things up, but I mean, I think this could be a bad day. This could be one of those days that they'll want to not write about.
Yeah.
This could be 3-4-0, 5-0 even.
Yeah, I've no confidence at all in the heart of this United
No,
team.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think. I haven't
putting
seen.
a
I haven't
plaster-
seen the likes of
He's putting-
Fernandes pull them out of the fire yet.
It's putting a plaster. Buying all these players in is putting a plaster on a very big wound that they have.
Yeah.
They have to amputate.
So anyway,
Okay.
let's move on.
Last then,
Uh,
Leeds and Villa, interesting game.
yes, Aston Villa looked like they turned the corner, but then the break came. And I think Leeds at home, I think with the fire up, they had the little break, reset. Very impressed with their manager. I'm going for a Leeds win here.
Yeah, I
About
think.
2-1 maybe.
Yeah, I think that break, I think will do Leeds good as well. It'll get them back and organised again. I think Leeds have a good tempo in their play, really high tempo. I think it will be too much for Villa.
I think in Ellen Road,
At Ellen Road, I think Villa will huff and puff. But I can fancy Leeds getting a good win here actually as well too. I think the forward line is
Far more potent.
Far more potent. Villa don't have that really a
They
striker.
have some individuals that might turn the game and do something really good. Ramsey's playing well, but it's like you're looking for that bit of individual moment rather
Coutinho is
than a
not
team.
going to run around tracking players. It's going to give Villa more space or Leeds more
I was
time.
thinking about it. Coutinho is like buying a Porsche when you want to plough a field. You know, the Porsche is lovely,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's you need to be on a lovely street
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
for the Porsche to really be utilised to its potential.
Sure. Yeah, just
He's
imagining
not
a
gonna
Porsche
just
in a
grab.
ploughed field. It's not good. It's gonna
Yeah,
get
it's
stuck.
just going to get messy and stuck. You're going to have to pull it out with the proper thing.
All right.
So the Monday night game then is a relegation 6-pointer. Leicester at home against Nottingham Forest.
Ooh, big game.
A massive game for both teams.
Hard to call. I'm going to go with a draw on that one.
I have to be on the
Two
fence.
teams maybe at the moment who are relegation candidates.
Both teams will need a point. They can't take another defeat.
Yeah,
Forest need to learn how to defend the lead.
yeah. So maybe like both teams will try to reset like after the break,
Yeah,
take a point and move on.
Yeah, just get their defences in order some
Okay.
bit.
All right. Okay, that's it.
That's it. Okay, guys. We'll
Thank
see
you,
how we
guys.
get on. And hit the like button and subscribe and all the rest.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Chicken nuggets. They're yummy.